What's going on, guys? Today's video, I'm taking you along for a little vlog style. So we have to get the rear axle assembly out of this EcoDiesel because it's a built rear axle so that it can go into this single cab. So they're both, well, sorry, I should take that back. This is a 355 gear ratio rear end that we got from our buddy Jason. When this one, the pinion bearings went out of, we just swapped out the whole assembly because he had it sitting there. But we ended up getting the original axle rebuilt with brand new bearings from whatever it takes, transmission and gear parts. So I will link those guys down below. Thanks to those guys for sending out a new bearing kit. We got it in the EcoDiesel. So we're gonna take out this built axle so we can go into this one, because this one just has an open diff 321 in it. So right now I'm in the front garage. Let's go ahead, pull this EcoDiesel out to the shop and start getting wrenching and get that thing out of there. All right, well, here we are. So as I mentioned, this axle is going to be going back in. We're going to have to swap over the brakes as well. I know some guys in the last video mentioned, you know, painting this up and stuff, but I mean, this isn't like a show truck by any means, and it's not rusty, so I'm perfectly okay with this going back in. It's in the same condition that the rest of the truck is in, which is good, right? Like, it's not like the truck's all rusted out or anything. So it's gonna match, you know, to the same cleanliness as the rest of the truck, so I'm okay with that. The one that comes out of here, though, that we're going to be putting into our single cab Ram, that one I'll definitely clean up for sure, because, you know, that one's going to be more of, you know, a show or, you know, a project truck, whereas this is just whatever. So anyways, I'm going to get the rear axle suspended, get this thing on jack stands, wheels off, and get straight into it. Okay, guys, so I'm making some progress on this. So I've got wheels off, got rotors off, brakes off, sway bar disconnected, and also disconnected our airbags. So most of that stuff I do have to drain the fluid, because you know, some of you guys might say, you know, why bother with it, but I want to take these, you know, parking assemblies and brake assemblies off, since they're from this truck, which has a lot higher mileage than our single cab. So our single cab's got, you know, next to nothing as far as miles on it, but this has like, you know, 100 and something thousand on it. So I'd rather keep the higher mile, you know, shoes and assemblies on this. But unfortunately, to get these off, I have to pull the axles, I gotta drain the fluid, and then I have to take out the C-clip, which is another big fun part to do. So let me mess with that, and then I'll update you guys in just a second here, and hopefully we can get this thing yanked out in just a few minutes. Okay, so here's the progress, you guys. I kind of skipped through some steps, but if you guys want to know exactly how to do this, I have a bunch of videos on already doing this, and then we're going to be doing it all over again on the blue truck. Axles are out, brake plates are off. I threw the cover back on, so I had the cover off, drained it, so that I could get access to our axles. That's all off. Track bar is disconnected. And then pretty much we just have the 4 control arm bolts and then the lower shock bolts, and this sucker should be out of here. So we're gonna do that, and then hopefully we get this thing out of here. Okay, a little update. So we've got the EcoDiesel axle back in here. So this is the original axle that came out of the truck that's rebuilt. It's in. We got the 4 bolts for our 4-link setup. That's all tight. Our shock's tight. Right now, I'm just about to take out the axles, put our brakes on. I really wish the assembly had the braking plates already on them, because then I wouldn't have to take out the half shafts and deal with all this, but it is what it is. So we got the retaining clips out of there. I'm gonna pull these axles out, put the brakes on, and then go from there. So let me get through this. Okay, so we're gonna use this stuff. If you guys have never used this, this is probably one of the best and sometimes most ridiculous gasket makers I've used. You can pretty much run this without bolts and it'll still seal, which can be a good thing and can be a bad thing, but I like to use it. It's like you can see here, they have 1 minute, they also have 90 minutes. So this stuff you can pretty much put right into service right away, which is always helpful as well. All right, boys, so we got a bit of a mess and I'm gonna clean up, but at the same time too, I'm probably gonna keep most of these tools out since this is gonna be ready to go into our blue Ram single cab. So I am going to paint that. So that's the other thing. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some cans of paint, probably that, you know, Rust-Oleum type paint. We'll paint this up so it looks fresh and everything ready to go into the other truck. And at the same time too, this one is all ready to go. So we got the factory limited slip in here, rebuilt. Again, huge shout out to Whatever It Takes. They supplied the bearings for that. And if you guys need something like that or any drivetrain or transmission parts, go check them out. Good guys over there and they'll get you sorted out. So this thing's ready to go. As far as other projects and stuff on the go, like I said, I'm kind of gonna do a bit of a vlog style for you guys. My buddy Aaron was just over and we were looking at the fender for the Viper. So we might actually head over. He's more familiar with paint and stuff like that than I am. So we might actually head over to the store. He's got a buddy locally that does paint work, or sorry, supplies paint. My buddy actually does like paint stuff. And we're gonna go and see about picking up some paint for this or get it mixed. And then what we're planning to do is there's a few like superficial little like chips in this. So just a couple tiny little things. So we're gonna just fix that, probably repaint that so that is all cherry. And then this one will come off. And then if you guys are or are not aware, this side ended up getting some damage in our transportation. So I'm gonna take off this one as well and we're gonna repair this. It's not too bad. So take it off, we'll lay some glass on the inside, reinforce it, obviously fix on the exterior here. And then we're gonna just blow this in here. But we're gonna paint this off the vehicle so we don't get overspray or anything like that. So I'll take this one off, fix it, paint it, fix the chips in that one, and then we'll paint that one. And then this thing should be back in service, which I'm really excited about because I haven't been able to drive this thing for like 6 months. When we brought it from California to Texas, it had the other fender all messed up, so I didn't want to take it out there, and plus the roads over there were brutal. And then when I brought it here, we got this fender messed up and that one messed up. So I really didn't want to drive it. So I haven't been able to enjoy this car for a while, which would be fun to take out, of course. So it's pretty much the end of the day today. So I wanted to get this video out for you guys just so you guys can see what I'm up to. That took a little bit longer than I expected, but we were kind of just hanging out at the same time too. And my buddy was giving me a hand with this, which was much appreciated because we were able to get it out and I wasn't having to wrestle it myself. But next few days or so, like I said, I'm going to be painting the axle. I'm gonna put the illicit no-cut brackets on that axle. So I gotta drill some holes in that so that we can put those brackets on before I put it in. Probably makes more sense to do it out here on the floor before we get it up and in there. So I'll get that done. We'll get that in that truck. I also comment down below if you guys wanna see this. I'm thinking about attempting to tint the windows on the blue truck myself. I was looking the other day, it was like 10 bucks for a roll of tints from Walmart or something like that. So might try it. I've tried it before, it was not fun, but I'll try it again if you guys are interested in seeing something like that. Try to get some tint on that thing so we'll get it looking right. And then a bunch of stuff. I gotta try to source out some parts. I gotta get a built drive shaft sourced out. I haven't really approached any companies to see who wants to build it or whatnot. So I gotta get a built drive shaft for the single cab Ram. And I also got to get some better shocks on there. And then with the rear axle, the brackets on there, the relocation brackets, some better shocks and a built drive shaft, we should be able to return back to the track and start putting more of these performance parts on it. So just want to keep you guys in the loop, what's going on and all that stuff. I'm gonna, right now, pretty much a wrap for a day's work for me. I'm gonna go hit the gym, get this video edited for you guys, get it out so that you guys can see what I'm up to, and then we'll catch you guys in the next video. So if you enjoy it and you like this style of content, give it a thumbs up, Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check out the other videos with all these other crazy projects. And we'll see you guys on the next one.